Time for Blockbuster Radio.
That man is playing Galaga. Thought we wouldn't notice, but we did.
Saturday night, 7 o'clock. You know what time it is, kids. It's time for Leave Luck to Us Radio with your hosts, me, Von Kaiser, the German Steel Machine, and...
Vanilla Assassin.
What's new, Vanilla Bean?
Not too much, not too much.
Excellent, excellent. That's what I like to hear every Saturday at 7. We come on, we talk about video games, internet, nerding.
Yeah.
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 Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
all right,
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
All right, fantastic. And who do we have sitting over here? In a special seat, in the mercy seat. Also, I want to say the birthday boy. Who do we got?
The Sandman.
Sandman, not Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Sandman.
It's the Sandman, yeah.
Well, because Arnold Schwarzenegger, I believe, doesn't share your birthday.
Yesterday.
But yeah. That's...
I do share birthday with Sean Penn and Robert De Niro.
Oh, no, De Niro.
De Niro and Penn.
De Niro and Penn. Ooh,
Yeah.
You can make a pretty good movie with
Exactly.
Sandman,
Goodfellas.
De Niro, and...
Goodfellas.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, boy. Well, that's just great. Yeah, every Saturday at 7, come on, we talk video games, internet, and nerding. I mentioned that earlier, but I'm just trying to get my bearings. Where am I?
Yeah,
What is happening? I know. All right, I can cross off Sandman's birthday. There we go.
There it
I just
is.
wanted
Yeah.
to make sure.
We just came back from the other side.
That's it. Now, the assassin asked me an interesting question in the car on the way here, and I didn't want to answer it because I have an answer. I have a fulsome answer, and I did not want to lose any energy or miss my spot. So I ignored you. I shut you down. As, you know, you were used to it. You didn't understand what was happening, but that's why I'm going to tell you now. You asked me what would happen if you wrote to the Cucumber Club.
I don't want to know now.
No, well, it's too bad.
It's too
the
late.
People want to hear, so they're going to
I'm shutting down your mic. You're down.
Come on.
There you go.
No, it's a good answer. You like, I swear. Thank you. So, if you don't know what the Cucumber Club was, it was a children's show on TVO. I'd say late 70s, early 80s. Wouldn't you not agree, Assassin? And
Yes.
Cucumber Club stood for Children's Underground Club of United Moose and Beaver for enthusiastic reporters.
I'm starting the pickle club.
Do you remember that?
Do you want to be part
Look,
of my
I
pickle
did that
club?
without any... Look, I just knew that. I remember that. You know why I know what the Cucumber stood for? The Cucumber Club? You know
What
why
did
I
the
know?
cucumber stand
You know
for?
why I knew it stood for deliciousness. You know why I knew what Cucumber stood for? And I can do it again. It was the Children's Underground Club of United Moose and Beaver for enthusiastic reporters.
Dang.
You know why?
Because you were a member.
I was a member.
You were a member.
And you know how I was a member?
You were a cucumber in the cucumber club.
You know how
and
I
your
was a
favorite
member?
character was the beaver.
Actually, no, the Beaver kind of creeped me out. I was a Moose fan, actually. I love Beavers now.
Yeah.
Now, okay, we can get all over that. But the thing about Beavers is they are, other than man, it's nature's engineer. And they actually flood acres of woodland to farm their favorite food, which are lily pads. They build a little lodge with a moat and a secret entrance, which I love. And they have a lot of evolutionary traits that I'm just impressed with. Like, did you know that, their protruding teeth, right, that they can use to bite a tree? Did you know this? That they can bite underwater because when their teeth are out, a little flap closes behind them.
Yeah,
so
we're
that
always
their
talking
mouth
about
doesn't get
flaps.
full of water and so their mouth doesn't get full of water and splinters.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah. Just like a shark with the eyes. Little flap
Oh,
goes
the
over the
nictitating
eyes.
membrane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I
And
call
then-
it flap.
And then their teeth don't stop growing. That's why they have to keep chewing and gnawing.
It's true. I love the beaver. It is a noble animal, and I feel like
The
that's
Canadian
where
beaver.
castor oil comes from. Did you know that?
Yes.
And Spanky never liked his castor oil.
Yeah, but was that the real one or was it the fake? It was the real one, I
I
think.
feel like back then it was
I think it was the
totally
real.
the real one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I feel like. What was I talking about? Oh, I didn't like that beaver. First of all, I wasn't sure. That voice creeped me out, and that little pocket watch. I did like the vest. Like what I wanted Beaver's aesthetic on Moose's body.
The beaver had little delicate feet and hands. And
yeah.
hands. Had
It
those
was
little
weird.
gloves.
You know who was in there? I'm almost positive now that you remind me.
Pokeroo.
No, I just remembered. I know who was in that suit.
Marigold from Polka Dot Door.
No, Heather Conklin.
Heather Conklin.
Heather Conklin was in that suit.
Who's Heather Conklin?
Remember Heather Conklin? She did a bunch of shows on TVO.
Heather Conkey.
Oh, Heather Conkey.
Oh,
Dear Aunt
right.
Agnes.
You're right. You're
Dear
right.
Aunt Agnes.
Thank you.
Right.
Which one?
Aunt Agnes.
Yes.
Agnes.
Yes, I'm
That's
sorry.
right.
I
Heather
apologize.
Conkey.
Heather Conkey.
Yes.
Dear Aunt
Oh,
Agnes.
I
Dear
love
Aunt Agnes
Heather
was
Conkey.
Beaver in that suit.
Hashtag Heather Conkey.
Hashtag Heather Conkey for tonight on Instagram. Check us out on
That's
Instagram.
it.
Leave luck to us. But thank you, the Heather Conkey. Yes. That was Beaver. I swear
No
to you.
way. What
I
are you
found out years
talking
later.
about?
Found out
How?
years later. That was her doing the voice too. Oh, because remember how she talked as Beaver? Oh, Moose, you're so weird.
Yeah, Beaver.
Yeah, I know. And then Beaver was awesome. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And that's what we're doing, like a Rocky and Bullwinkle moves. But anyway, I did like her outfit. I love Beaver's outfit. I loved how neat and tidy she was. But
Didn't
I
she have
didn't
a
like the
vest?
little feet. Yeah, she had a vest, checkered vest with a pocket watch and a cap. But I did not like her voice, and I didn't like her little feet. You're right. She had little tiny feet. But anyway, I did get to be a member, and the way I did it was I wrote to that address. Because remember at the end, every kids show, every single kids show, 70s, 80s, they had a part where you had to run and get your pencil and paper.
Yep.
That's right.
Because you
The
knew it was
P.O.
coming.
box.
Exactly.
The P.O. box. And what else did it always have? Station
box.
Q.
Station Q.
Toronto, Ontario.
And postal code.
Postal code. And that was always the part that was so mystifying to a kid. Like you had to, it took me 2 or 3 shows before I got the whole postal code because I couldn't write it fast enough. I was
Yeah.
like,
And you couldn't review it either.
And then next week, yeah, you couldn't. Next
You
week,
could rewind it,
and there's
yeah.
no website to check.
That's right.
And
Why didn't you
Exactly.
snap it with your phone?
we didn't have any of that.
You would have had to wait a week.
The best I could have
for the
done
next
was,
one.
you're right, if I
Yeah.
took a picture and I dropped it off at the Fotomat or the drugstore, they'd be like, come back next week. And then I'd be
Yeah.
waiting like this
Yeah.
by the kitchen door.
Yeah.
Is it Monday again?
No
and then
instant
I'd run.
gratification.
And then you'd open the pictures, you'd be like, it didn't come out. The flash didn't go
Oh,
off.
I hate
The flash
that.
didn't go off,
Oh.
Sammy. Oh, no.
And then if you paid for the
I
1
gotta
hour
do it again.
express, you paid the
But
extra
that wasn't
like
available
$5.
until later. That was available
I
like
know.
late 80s. That was not
But yeah,
available.
then half the
like-
time it's like the pictures are crap.
They were all,
dark.
yeah, my thumb
Okay,
was
so-
on it. There's
Exactly.
blur. The sun was glaring.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
like, oh my God.
Eyes were closed.
Okay, so my question was, what if you sent to
tell
that
you.
address right now? What would happen?
Oh, nothing. But there's no. That whole thing's gone. I don't even think I think the mail's out of business.
Would it just rebound back to you?
I'll tell you. Yeah, probably. Oh, it's so sad. But I got a membership letter which I still have, signed by Moose and Beaver. Beaver's signature was very neat and tidy. Moose's was very sloppy and like a little kid
I
printed
kind of
it.
pictured that. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it was on a green certificate. Still have it. And I got a pin, a button. It says official member of Cucumber Club. The way I got into it was I just cheated, basically. I just made what I called a design. I made a squiggle like this, and it overlapped. Like the line went over itself a few times. And then I just got crayons, and I filled in each, I'll never forget, I filled in each section with a different color. So it looked kind of cool. And I just put a design. And then I sent it in. And I was like, I sent in something. I mean, I don't know. And then they sent back my membership. So,
That's a pretty cheap membership.
well,
You know.
Weren't you also
You
a
can do
I
some
think the
memberships
same.
now like that. Draw a little thing on there.
weren't
Away
you also
go.
a keener from Camp
that's how I
Caribou?
got into Mensa, too. No, I wish. I love. Well, in fact, I didn't know. Was there anything you had to do to be that? I thought you just had the hat.
Oh, and you
which
had
I
to
did not
recite
have,
that
I
little
guess.
thing.
Remember yeah, exactly. Remember the hat with the antlers?
Yeah.
Our caribou headgear is off, on, locked.
Hey, we should set up a club, Leave Luck to Us Club,
Got
and
one.
do
It's
the
on Instagram.
do the PO box.
Get on board. Get
No,
on
do
board.
the PO box.
Step inside.
No, the old school style.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. Oh man.
I was part of Zap's crew.
Which one is that?
Zap, that bird from the hydro.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well so was I. I love that. That
Now you're
bird.
bringing
It came in
back
a
old
huge
memories.
envelope.
I do remember
Man.
that. I remember getting the envelope. I had the same envelope.
Yep.
And I remember getting it. And I had a coloring book, I think, and
Yeah, all that good
things
stuff.
like that. I'll tell you this. I'll go one better. I was a member of Faboom, which I don't even remember what it stood for, but it was the Lethargic Lad Club.
No way.
Remember that?
Oh yeah, I do
mailed
remember.
away,
Yeah.
And I got a
yeah.
spoon, a plastic spoon,
Yeah.
and I got a membership card, which I
Yeah.
carried in my wallet for a while. And when I met Greg Highland 2 years ago at Supercrawl, again, I said, Greg, you'll never remember this, but you drew me a picture of the rubber skull at Silver Snail, which is still on my wall, framed. signed by you, and I was a member of the fan club. He's like, you were? He said, I remember stuffing those envelopes. I think we had like 30 guys in it. And I was like, no way. He's like, yeah, and I stuffed every one of them. I was like, wow. He's like, I can't believe you were in that. And I was like, yes, I was. And I only wish I had my membership card. Can you imagine if I pulled it out and said, here you go?
That'd be amazing.
He would have lost it. He would have lost it. Oh, well. But anyway, so that's what happened when you joined the Cucumber Club.
Well,
So
that's the thing. I didn't want to know about you being part of the club. I was just asking what would happen if you wrote that
now
club.
I get it. You wanted to know,
I didn't
like,
want to know
what
your
would
whole history about Cucumber Club.
Oh.
You just wasted 10 minutes of our time here.
I get it. Well, anyway, listen, I'm sorry.
It's
But,
such a vain thing to do.
Well, I'm sorry. But I thought, who brought up Pokeroo?
Sandman.
Did you?
Which one?
Did you say Pokeroo?
No.
Oh, I just got some feedback
Assassin
about
did.
Pokeroo. No, you didn't. You said Marigold.
I said
thought.
Marigold.
No,
Yeah,
also
Marigold.
Oh, yeah, I
Pokeroo.
did say Pokeroo was in.
was
Yeah,
first.
she was in the Deer Antagonist
That's right.
costume.
That's
yeah.
right.
Oh, wait. What? No, Heather
Pokeroo
Conke was not Pokeroo, though. Pokeroo was always...
Pokeroo was Deer Antagonist.
No, Pokeroo was always the guy, whoever the guy was. That Because remember every week the host of the show would be switched, the pairs?
Yeah, the guy would disappear.
So the
and
guy
then
would
he'd come
disappear,
back
and then
right
he'd
when
come
he
back
came.
as Pokeroo.
What are you talking about? Are you serious?
Come on.
What are you
Because then the
talking
guy would always
about?
come back. That was the joke.
Is that how it works?
Assassin. That's why you always said,
No, 'cause
and
I just missed him. I thought he was
missed
on break.
him again. Oh, and I missed him again.
I thought he had to run to the bathroom or something, and he came back and he missed him.
Honestly, okay, I will say as a kid that did frustrate me. Like I was always like, can't you just tell Pokeroo, can you just wait 3 minutes, please? Just wait. My
I don't think
buddy's
he
out
could
there.
communicate, though.
Who was your favorite?
Yes, he could.
He couldn't.
He
All
could.
he could say was
They
They
Pokeroo.
understood what he was saying. He was always like, Pokeroo, Pokeroo, Pokeroo. I'm like,
Who was
oh,
your
really?
favorite
Wow, that's
character,
very
guys?
interesting, Pokeroo. I love that. Tell me
I
more
would've
about
put my-
Cold Fusion.
I would've put my head down and walked away.
Oh, you're a Picard fan, not a Kirk fan? Wow, that's so interesting. Pokeroo.
I would have been so
If you're out
embarrassed
of
I'd put
work-
my head down and just walk away if Pokeroo was talking to me.
You know what I hate about Pokeroo?
I'd feel so uncomfortable.
I hated that in his neck he had that visible screen.
The
where
visible
the guy
screen.
was looking out through the eyes.
So if you punch him in the head, his head would bounce around.
The head would bounce
No
around. But
damage.
if you punch him in the throat, that would be
Yeah,
bad.
that'd be that.
Don't do that.
He'll go down like a sack of
And then the
rocks.
cartoon ruined it for me.
what was the cartoon
Years,
on,
years down the road, they made a cartoon.
did.
Oh, I know.
It took
I know,
the mystique away from it.
But wait, what was that show even called? Wait a minute. Tell me what that show was called. I forgot.
What show?
The one that Pokeroo starred on with
Wasn't
Marigold
that what
and
he was
Polka
in
Dot
space
Door.
or
Dumpty and all
something?
that.
Polka
He was
Dot
on a
Door.
rocket ship or something, wasn't he?
On the cartoon.
Yeah.
Polka Dot Door.
Polka Dot Door, thanks.
Yeah.
Because they had the clock, right? Hickory
Yeah.
Dickory Dock.
Storytime Mouse.
Storytime Mouse. Thank you. That's what I wanted to remember. Storytime Mouse.
TikTok.
Because they always had. Wasn't Storytime always animated? Wasn't that animated?
No.
Oh,
I thought it was just
but I
a
thought
book.
they always
It was
broke
just-
away.
no,
and
I
they,
thought it was
but they
pages,
showed the
kind of.
pictures though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, that was
Yeah,
it. I haven't
but
seen
he
that in
did read
years.
And then there was
That's
the
it.
owl with the eyes that moved.
No,
Remember
that was
the
Mr.
picture?
Dress Up.
Mr. Dress Up.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was.
Oh,
Mr. Dress Up.
Owl, my haunted house that I live in.
Did you know? I'm not sure if you guys mentioned this, but Mr. Rogers.
Yes,
also,
learned everything from Ernie Coombs.
Yeah, he actually applied to be Mr. Dress Up.
Yes.
And
Hashtag-
Mr.
yes.
Ernie
hashtag
Coombs won.
TVO.
Then he
Yes,
became.
yes, thank
then
you.
he went over to the
TVO.
become Mr. Rogers.
TVO will never not be a source of entertainment for this show. Like this, we could talk about TVO.
Old school
all day.
TVO.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. I don't know even what's. Yeah, well, you're right. But that was
It's pretty
the
much
era.
obsolete now.
Oh man.
No, I saw Stephen Bacon at the Phantom of the Opera one night, and I was too scared to say anything. I was gonna like, wow, Steve Bacon, you're my hero. But I was like, he might be mad at me because he seemed to be enjoying himself. He had a drink in his hand, and he was just standing there. No one was bothering him. And I was like, he probably enjoys that. But then I thought I was gonna come up and say, hey, I'm a fellow Hamiltonian, and he'd be like, get away from me. I don't talk to
sound like
peasants
Wolverine.
like you.
No, you know what? He's an author, and he does a moderator. He's a moderator for the debates, political debates, isn't he?
I love Steve
Bacon.
Hamilton's own Steve Bacon. He's got a very distinct face.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
That's exactly.
So is
I was
Heather
gonna say.
Conke still alive or what?
I have no idea.
What's she doing nowadays?
I have no idea.
We should have a Pokeroo on this show. We did. We had Losker the Pouch, and he kind of just fizzled away.
No, I asked Shannon 64
Every time
recently.
Losker showed up, I disappeared.
It was.
I asked Shannon 64 recently. What were your thoughts? What were your fondest memories of Losker the Pouch? Probably this show's most popular character after Bleach White Skeleton and Chip Burp. But she said, She still
tar breath.
she still has bad feelings about it because this is what she said. She said, "I hate that snooty Regal pouch, but I did like his hunky manservant Fritz, who always served him apple martinis on a silver platter, shirtless. But I didn't like his road tar breath."
Road tar breath.
Fritz never even did anything.
I think it was just eye candy for Shannon 64. She just enjoyed.
Well,
The
Oscar,
infatuation.
She was you know.
well, Oscar's at the
Infatuation.
bottom of the Desjardins Canal right now.
With the train on top of underneath it. Remember the great train disaster of the
You know, the
Desjardins?
ghost.
Desjardins Canal.
Every time you cross that
Derailment.
bridge, the ghosts start try pulling you in.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, boy. But it's true. I don't even know what's on. What is on TVO anymore?
Hashtag
is it,
Hamilton. Steve Bacon.
Arthur? Is that it? I think that's
No,
it.
lot of
it's
cooking
always
shows.
it's political stuff.
Oh,
A
I
lot
see.
of cooking shows.
You know what's weird? I remember Arthur from Reading Rainbow because he was a book, obviously.
Who's Arthur?
You know, that anteater guy, the aardvark. He's
Oh,
an
the Aardvark and the Ant? That thing?
No,
the
oh,
cartoon?
remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
what
why I
was
mentioned
that?
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's something. Remember Nancy the Spider?
Who?
Nancy the Spider.
Nancy the Spider.
A Nancy. A Nancy.
What does it mean? A Nancy?
It was her name. It was the name of the spider, but it was
the
like
spider's
a famous,
name was Anansi.
Yeah, it was like
What
a
does that mean?
famous.
I've never heard that name before.
Well, it was like a series of folk.
Is that an ethnic name?
Yes, folk
Anansi.
fables from Africa, and
Oh,
Anansi
I
was very
see.
popular
Yeah.
there. Yeah, like
Yeah,
Anansi
yeah.
was a trickster. She was a trickster, and I just remember Mrs. Perron reading those to me
Hmm.
in grade school.
I read Calico Cat
Oh,
and Blue Bug.
see, we all had our books like that. We were speaking of photomats earlier.
Tintin?
And you know what I learned? No. Well, Tintin.
Tintin.
Tintin. Little Tintin. I love Tintin. And Asterix. And there's the third one. What was the other one? There's Tintin, Asterix, and I feel like there's one more. Like in that
The
format.
captain guy with the beard.
Well, he was in Tintin, yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh,
Yeah, I thought there was another series, though. Third
yeah.
series in that format.
I don't remember another one.
Oh, man. But anyway, we were talking about Photomat. Do you know this, guys? I just learned this today on a podcast that when Photomat started going out of business, they because everyone started getting developing machines, like so you could go to the drugstore and you could get the 1 hour service. See, Fotomat never had the machines in the building because remember how small they were? I don't know if you remember Photomats, but they're in parking lots. They're like 5 feet by 5 feet square with someone sitting in there. You would drop off your film and then they would hand you back your photos, but it was like a week between because it was just a spot where the truck would pull up, right? So what happened is when everyone started developing photos, Fotomat was like, what are we going to do? And you won't believe what their plan was. It was the early 80s, so they thought, we'll get on the VHS train. But because the locations were so tiny, they couldn't actually stock the videos. So you would go to the Fotomat, and it's still called Fotomat. You go to the Fotomat, you would look through a catalog, and you'd say, I feel like watching, I don't know, Goonies. Okay, so then you fill out a little like consumers distributors style card, and then come back next week. We'll have Goonies for you.
Nice.
You go pick it up.
Nice.
You pick it up, and it's $12 a week to rent one movie. $12 a week. Later, it went down to $10. But I just thought that was the weirdest thing. You'd be like, "Let's rent some movies for next Sunday." Okay, let's go.
It is weird.
And then,
isn't it?
but that's how it was back then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's cool. You have to plan everything
Yeah,
out.
I love that. And then
Yeah.
you would look through, you'd be like, boy, oh boy, I haven't seen Don Knotts in a while. Let's get a nice Don Knotts movie. How about
Yeah.
The Incredible Mr. Plinkett? Or, no, wait, what's his name?
Private Eyes.
Incredible Mr. Limpet. Sorry. Incredible Mr. Limpet. Yeah, and you'd be like, okay. And then you'd tell them it'll be here next week.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, like, what if they couldn't get that movie? What if it was, like, rented or something?
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, you have to wait till next week.
They'd probably give you another one. It's similar.
$12, but it reminded me of
They'll give you Roonies.
That reminded me though of when movies like the reason. Do you know why we were renting movies back then at Jumbo and stuff? Do you know why?
We had betas and VHSs.
The reason was because movies were like $100 to buy them. Do you
Oh
remember
right,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, you remember that,
It was
right?
like not 3DO. What's
Yeah,
the
if
other
you
one?
wanted to buy a VHS tape, like if you wanted to buy it outright, if you're like, wow, I love that Ghostbusters movie, I'm gonna buy it. You go to the store, it'd be like $120.
Yeah,
You'd be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Expensive, yeah.
In the 80s, like that was a lot of money.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't even. It's a lot of money now, but it was even more then. And then you'd be like, well, I guess I'll just rent it. That's why you're renting. And the reason they were so much was because the studios priced them that way. I want to see this. Wait, $120 in 80. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
145.
Try this. 350
No.
bucks. 350.
No.
So imagine if you went today and you're like, I'm gonna get I don't know,
Gladiator.
That'll be $350, please.
Thanks for stopping by.
How many movies would you own? Like if they were $350? Can you imagine?
Man.
That's why we were renting.
Neo
them.
Geo. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, there
It
you
was
go.
that.
Exactly. I love it. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. But I was just remembering like how much I did actually enjoy going to Jumbo Video and getting the free popcorn, or 5 cents on the honor system. But hey, Jumbo, I owe you about $1. Right? Sorry.
Dang,
about that.
you actually didn't pay them?
I'll catch me outside. I'll catch you next time. No, I did. I always put 5 cents in because my dad made sure. Put that in there. I'm like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Remember Blockbuster too? Blockbuster was good.
Blockbuster was good, but I wasn't near Blockbuster at the time. But
I was a Blockbuster fan.
were you?
Yeah, I still have the card. My
Do you have
Blockbuster
yours?
card.
You should
Yeah.
keep it because
I used to
honestly,
rent like 3 movies on a Friday night.
no way.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, hold on
And
to your
you'd always
card.
have a 2.5. Yeah.
Because there's a huge Blockbuster nostalgia wave hitting us right now. And like even Walmart, you can buy Blockbuster T-shirts and stuff like that, like hoodies.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people love it. So
They'll
if you have
come
a card,
back.
that's
They'll
cool.
come back.
I don't know if they
They will come back.
They'll come back. It's all in a cycle. Technology's on a cycle, and it'll be
Yes.
back. People will love VHS again.
The electromagnetic pulse. Shut it down.
Oh man, I love it. But anyway, I do miss those nights when you go and
You'd have
You know what?
dramas.
'Cause here's the
You'd
thing,
have
yeah.
foreign films.
you know, my favorite section was like war movies, and then I could just go and I'd be like, these are the movies available to me, so I just have to watch them one by one. So let's just watch them. And I actually watched more movies when it was a rental.
Yeah.
Because now on Netflix, I flip. You know, the scroll of death. I just scroll and scroll and scroll,
Yeah.
and then I get so bored I stop.
And
Well,
then-
what was even better was, did you ever go into that the video store in Hess Village? There used to be a video store in
Yeah.
there. And
Oh,
know, I've never
that
went
place
in
was the best.
the floor was creaking when you walked
That
on it.
place was
Select
packed.
Video?
Select
Was it-
Video.
was it
No,
Select?
it was like a no-name thing. Just
Oh no, I don't
like,
know that one. But
remember
Select
Select,
was
that was-
amazing.
that
Select
was on-
the
on
best.
Queen
No, this
Street.
was
Oh,
in
you're
the
right, you're
this
right.
was in the main drag of
I
Hess
don't
Village.
remember that one.
No
Like,
way.
right where
I
the-
don't remember that one either.
Yeah.
Did it have like a
Trying to
black
think.
curtain behind which were other videos?
They walked me out of
Well,
it.
they
I
had
went
the
to the back
curtain area
corner
too,
once.
yeah, where
I
you
went to
could
the
go
back
behind.
corner
Yeah,
once.
it was for children.
I went to the back corner. The guy told me to get back from there.
Oh, see? Oh, you were
Yeah.
running towards it. You didn't
Yeah.
want you near it. There you
Yeah,
go. In
exactly.
case you fell in there. In case
Yeah.
you tripped on a small pebble and
Yeah.
fell in.
But no, that was the first video store I went to.
No
Yeah.
way. Where was it though? Hess and where? Between King and Main?
George?
It was, if I'm remembering it properly, if
Was it
you're
like
on
the
King
Coop?
Street
Yeah.
and then you turn left. Okay, you're facing west on King Street.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Hang a left.
Yeah.
So now you're facing upwards.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're
yeah,
facing
I know,
towards
yeah.
Main. On your right hand side, somewhere around there.
No way.
One of those.
Yeah,
Man,
George
what
Street.
could it
I think
be?
George Street.
It was a
something.
bunch of stairs going up, and then
No way.
can't remember.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, there's something familiar about that.
across from that smoke shop. I think there's like a cannabis shop or something there. Used to be right
No
across
way.
from
That
there.
sounds amazing. I'm going to look that up for the history.
Man.
Yeah.
History Hamilton, hashtag Hamilton history. But that is a cool story, actually. But I did love it because you always
And I
ended up
rented
with something.
Spies Like Us from there.
I was just going to ask you.
I think
I
it was
really was
Spies
going to
Like
ask.
Us.
Did,
with
you know,
what was it,
you're
Dan
awakening
Aykroyd and,
a
Bill
very
Murray?
old memory in me. Do I remember that store? I
You
know I
probably
remember that.
do.
I do remember that movie. It was great. I love that movie actually. Spies Like Us. Yeah, that's one where they had to those nukes were loose in like the Ukraine or something on those mobile carriers, and they were gonna. Yeah, it's Aykroyd
And they're dancing in their long johns or something. Yeah.
Who was it? Aykroyd and Moranis or Aykroyd and
Bill Murray. No.
No, you're
it
thinking
was,
of Stripes.
no,
You're
it was
thinking of Stripes, yeah.
it was that other guy.
He's like a thin guy, a little guy.
Yeah,
wasn't
the
it?
guy from Vacation.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
What's his name? The guy from Vacations movies.
John Caney?
No.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was Chevy Chase. It was Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd. You're right. That's right. Yeah, I like Chevy Chase a lot. Wow. Speaking of, Sony Walkman turned 40.
Who?
The Sony Walkman. Man, that was the 80s gadget. But
It's
it was
still around.
July 1st, 79.
It's still around in MP3 form.
Yeah, exactly. It was $300 in today's money, which actually I feel is a pretty good deal.
I remember when it first came out, and then I
know,
remember
right?
when it went to that yellow color.
Yes, I know.
When it went
Yes.
above. So the first one was
Yes.
kind of cheaper, It clicked
Yeah,
in.
that was what you're thinking. The original was the blue silver, chunky silver buttons.
Yeah.
The TPSL2.
And then it became
the sport models.
Yeah,
like,
the sport model.
Yeah, with the gasket. So when you closed it,
waterproof.
It was waterproof.
So I love that.
Yeah, I loved it too.
I went everywhere with that thing.
I did too. I wore it everywhere. I had it on my belt all the time, and I had one tape that I listened to because you didn't carry a bunch of tapes. I just flipped it over. Although I think maybe
I had a backpack full of tapes.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, you're cooler.
Yeah,
than
I
me.
just kept flipping them in there.
Wow, all I listened to for like
great.
one summer was the Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack. It was awful. Now that I think of it, but I was so into it. You know why? Because it was like my first real taste of rap music because it was like hot at the time, and it was all they got all the hot rap artists. Like Run DMC was on it. Everybody. I was a little behind the times, but.
Dang.
Well, it's embarrassing. But anyway, I did love that Walkman, and I did play a lot of tapes. I loved tapes back then. It was great. I don't know. I loved fixing with a pencil, too.
And you had to time it so that it doesn't get cut off at the end.
When you're making a mixtape.
Yeah.
Oh,
and sometimes you have to flip it to continue the song. You have to flip it over.
Oh, that. Oh, I know. That was really weird. I know. If they didn't do a good job. Yeah, I know. That was always weird. I didn't like that. There were some. I'm trying to think of. I feel like there's some Christmas tapes like that where the last song was so long that you had to flip it. But the thing was, I think what they were counting on was the new technology, which was the auto reverse. Remember, there were some tape decks later that when it got to the end, it would just click again. And then it would go to the next side automatically. It could actually play the other side from without you flipping it. But which was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. But I love flipping my tape because it was click, 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 you know what I mean?
Sounds. We're all about sounds on this show.
It's that AMSR, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt so awesome and it sounded cool and it just click, click, click.
Creamy sound.
Yeah, it was so good. But anyway, do you know this? The original Walkman had 2 headset jacks labeled Guys and Dolls.
I don't remember Guys and Dolls. I remember the 2 headsets.
And had a bright orange hotline button that you would press. So if you're listening with your girlfriend and you want to talk to her, you press the hotline button and then it muted the sound. So
that's cool. That is actually really
That's so Japanese though. Like, well, who would think of that feature? Like, we'll put Guys and Dolls, we'll have dual, like standard dual jacks, and we'll put the hotline button. Like, I need to say something, but it would be rude for me to talk over the music, so I'll just hit the button.
And then you could discuss. Then you could discuss what you just listened
to. And then you could turn the music back on. I love it. But yeah, they sold 420 million Walkman.
Not bad.
Yeah. And they said they even stopped counting the number of models it produced when it hit 1,000. There were 1,000 different versions. Nice. So you could collect every Walkman. You'd have over 1,000 of them.
It'll be back.
You know what's funny? They did brand an MP3 player as the Walkman. I remember that.
Yeah. And they still have that. Yeah.
And before iPod came out, it was the one I wanted. Like, because remember they had all like the RCA ones and all these ones.
I almost bought one
into it.
a couple of weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, sometimes I love going back just a little bit and getting some older technology.
I don't like listening to music on my phone. I don't.
No,
I like it separate.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, well, let's see. I think I have one more thing here for us tonight. What was it? One sec here. Hold up.
Go on Amazon. You can find it there if you're interested in it.
Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. That Banya was absolutely wrong because he was not... Banya was allowed to order whatever he wanted at Mendy's. It was not up to Jerry to say what he ordered. So he could order a meal.
Yeah.
He even said, order a meal.
Yeah.
And Banya said, what? He said, no. Yeah. He had a hot dog. And Jerry said, what? I didn't tell you to have that hot dog earlier. That's too bad.
That's what he picked. Exactly. That's what he chose right there.
The soup. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he picked the soup as the
meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah.
See.
That counts
as
a meal.
I'm glad you turned around on this one.
That counts as a meal.
It does count as a meal.
Yeah, I don't know what Banya was talking about. Why was he yelling and screaming there? Jerry did his part.
Oh man, I love it. All right, well that's it. He fulfilled that completed the transaction.
That completed it.
He even gave him 2 meals because he counted there's the coffee shop meal later too. All right, well we'll be back next Saturday at 7. We are Leave Luck to Us. Check us out on Instagram, Leave Luck to Us. It's all one word. Just
hang on before we we sign off.
Yes,
because time's running out.
Yes,
right. So we're almost out of time.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Yeah, we can't really talk anymore, right? Banyo was right. Yeah, Banyo was totally right. Jerry was totally in the wrong.
He went up to the.
Totally I'm out of here, guys. I gotta go shredding. I'm out of here.
I'm trapped.
I gotta go shredding.
We'll talk next week. But from me, Monk Eyes, the Germ Steel Machine, and
Banya
and
Team Banya.
Bye bye.
See ya.